And hello, Moose family. Welcome to another edition of the FlanFan Show. I'm your host, Jason Blaze, alongside Jim Flanagan and a special co-host of the show, Fallen Warrior. How are you, Jim?
I'm doing good, man. Great night here. It's the last day for week number 1 here this season. We had a lot of games last night. I'm pumped up to go over these, man. How you guys doing?
Fallen?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. Can't wait for our series tonight, Blaze. I don't know about you.
Yeah, man, it's going to be exciting. We got a lot of news to talk about. Some fails already happening with players not wanting to do what they're supposed to do and play for teams, so they got the boot. You got some call-ups, and, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, some douchebags on there I see posted on moosenights.com. Was there any games in the AHL last night, or no, man?
I believe there was a reschedule. I don't know why. I heard rumors it was one of the captain's birthdays, so they decided to reschedule the series.
Okay, so no games played in the AHL, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, that's fine, man. I mean, where do you want to start with, man? From the douchebags, do we go with predictions? Do we look at...
I think we should start with the douchebags, man. Yeah, it's always nice to start off a show with a swift kicking in the butt.
All right, sounds good, man. So what do you got for us there, Blaze?
B. Horner, 12, and Captain Chronic, 38. Two new members of the league has been reported to ignore friend requests during scouting sessions, played against several MAHL captains, and got pwned, and said the MHL blows and there's a bunch of pussies. And, when the MAHL captains went to Adam, they said they were going to drop out of the league because everyone's a bunch of fags and shit. And Spoiler said it the best. He said, fuck it, man. They can just go blow each other in the corner and play their 2v2 league.
Yeah, man. Bottom line here, I mean, guys come in, especially new guys. This is not the way to go, man. It's not a way to get a reputation here in the league. And you come in here thinking you're, God's gift or something, that you're better than everybody, and where you haven't even improved anything. I don't even think these guys played in any waiver games or anything. So they got nothing to say here. And the craziest thing about this, I think the guy even came out and posted an apology on the website. I don't know how serious that apology was, you know what I mean? Or maybe he might even call in on the radio show here today. I don't even know, man. What do you think?
Fallen?
Again, if they're two new members, then if they want to put their name out there, they cannot be doing douchebag moves like that. That's basically all I gotta say about that.
Do you know anything about these guys, Blaze? Have you played with any of them? I never even heard about these guys.
Yeah, I never heard of these guys. These are two no-name motherfuckers, and they decided to be cocky to the wrong people, and look where it got them.
I guess they wanted to make a name for themselves, but in a bad way here. You know what I mean? Not the way you should.
Yeah. Now, as veterans, guys, my question is: as veterans, does this kind of upset you guys, or kind of piss off some of the veterans in the league, being veterans?
You know what? From what I heard, that these guys played with the veterans there, and they got smacked around, man. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but hey, man, it's two guys that are gone. There's like 60 guys on the waivers. There's like over 20 guys playing night in, night out on these waiver games. So hey, two gotta go. Who cares, man? We got a lot more active players that are willing to play here in the Moose Hockey League.
And now we mentioned the fact that two guys are out the door, but recently a waiver just got picked up by Captain Funbags. Drum roll, please. It's Jets Killer. This guy's a veteran in the league, and he definitely didn't deserve not to be drafted, but now he's got his chance to show his talent.
Yeah. Great job there, Jets Killer being picked up. And I noticed Captain Funbags having some roster issues early on here. A lot of his guys being called off to playing the MHL games. So I guess he doesn't want to take that risk. it's always great to have a guy like Jets Killer on there. You know what I mean? Even though he may be older than dirt. You know what I mean? Jets Killer, a guy that's been around, no 6-on-6 hockey. And I think a good move here by Captain Phonebacks, getting one of the veterans going. I think the only reason Jets Killer didn't get picked up this season is because of the MHO rights. I mean, you look at some of the other players, MHO rights, and that's where it comes down to. You know, there was a whole bunch of guys that didn't get picked up. One guy, I think it was Human Typhoon. You know what I mean? Just recently, this week, got picked up, and same thing with Jets Killer. I think it's a good move for Jets. Great job, and good stuff for the league.
Hey, Fallen, you had the opportunity to play with Jets Killer last season. But, you know, do you see a big impact here with the style of play or the fact that he's an older guy? He brings some experience and leadership to the locker room. Do you think that's going to be an issue on this team?
Well, he's definitely going to bring the experience to the team, but overall, Jets Killer, I think he's a good pickup by FlanFan because I think he signed up for all positions, I believe. I'm not too sure about that. So he's a good utility player to have just in case if like a defenseman or a forward aren't there for a game.
Yeah, that's for sure. Man. This guy, you know, he may not be the best player on the ice, but he's got the intangibles, man. You know, he may not be on the assist sheet, but he is the guy that sets up most of the plays there. And, you know, he's always on. He's always willing to practice and always try to help better his team and himself, of course. And, you know, it's just a great pickup in my opinion.
Yeah, and definitely for Phonebacks. And Fallen Warrior says the best here, you know, utility player. That's what it comes down to. Phonebacks last two series, you know, lost Upshaw for MVP. He lost Fanny Pack, Double D, 35 MPH. So, you know, you cut those down. A couple guys sometimes are missing here and there. It's always great to have Jets Killer, who's usually always on. So.
Yeah, I think the only thing he refused was goaltender. But anyways, you mentioned that there was going to be some waiver games hosted by Giant now last night. Do you know any insight about that there, Jim?
Yeah, there was definitely some waiver games last night. I mean, since we didn't have AHL, I'll go through those, man. First, I want to give up to a lot of guys in the waivers that have been playing in these. We have, I counted at least 22 new members that have played so far this week, and we still have tonight. So, a lot of players getting involved in these waiver games. We got a lot of video footage as well. And last night, Giants, I believe, played 3 separate games here with these guys. And, I mean, one of the games, the first game was 4-3 final on here. Giant playing in net. I think Giant playing net in all of them. A couple guys that I want to give a shout out to. King Rome. He's been on here a lot, playing a lot of these waiver games. So has Look At Me Now, MC Swagger, you know, Bryce 18, a couple of guys. There's actually a League Daddy site there posted for these guys for these stats, which is great, and you guys could check those out. I mean, they have the whole season stats. Right now, the guy with the most points is Vol Holper, which has 12 goals, 14 assists, 26 points on the season here so far just for this week. And then right below is M. Swagger. He's got 18 goals, 6 assists, 24 points in just 5 games played, man. One guy that's real active on here, King Rowe, man. 11 games played already as a forward. He might have played other positions as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys getting involved in these waiver games, which is great because we don't need much. I don't even think there has been any AHL call-ups so far this season. So, it's a great way for these guys to play, get on video, get on stats here, and, you know, be out there for the next season draft.
Yeah, and, you know, it's always nice to know that these new members are always willing to step it up. They're proving their worth. They're getting the talent out there. Everybody, I repeat, everybody's going to know them with their waiver games and, you know, just the stats that they're putting out. Some of these MAHL guys and even MHL guys wish they can have stats like that. And, you know, if you can showcase your talent in a waiver game, what goes to say you can't do that in the actual MAHL game?
I agree, man. I agree. And a lot of it here is all fun. I mean, it's 6-on-6 hockey. So you don't got to play the OTP. You play 6-on-6 hockey. That's where it all comes down to. And a lot of guys are having fun, man. I mean, we've played so many games so far here in the last 3 days, and we're not done yet, man. After tonight, there's probably going to be like 20 games played this week as waivers, man. That's almost like half of a season here in the MHL. So these guys are definitely getting a lot of games in there, and we should have a lot of guys here tonight as well for Thursday night. And it's like I said, it's more fun too. There's some veterans that fill in as well. Even a guy like Goofy J on here, man. So it's it's something good for the league and great for the waiver players instead of just sitting there waiting for next season.
Yeah, I like to remind the listeners, if you guys would like to call in, the phone number is 646-381-4907. You can call us anytime. We'll bring you in. You can ask a question. You can harass myself, Fallen Warrior, even Jim, even if you wanted to. All is fair game. Also, don't forget to follow us at moosonnice.com and follow us at Twitter at moosonnice, man. We read all that stuff. We try to get the fans, more active as much as possible and make it more enjoyable. Now, Fallen, have you ever tweeted to the Moose or, participated in any of this extravagant stuff we do towards the Moose media?
By tweeting on Twitter, no, I haven't tweeted to them, but yes, I do follow them on Twitter, so I get every tweet, so I know when there's new updates and stuff like that when I'm in the car or something. That's basically the only time. And
Jim, is there anything I forgot to mention there?
No. I mean, pretty much. I mean, I'm on the moosonice.com chat room right now, so when there's guys, that want to send a message or got any questions, I'll take those on there as well, man. And I always got the Twitter open here, so you can send in the tweets. I mean, since there was no AHL games, I mean, we talked about the stuff going on moosonice.com, the front page, the new pickups and stuff. It's probably going to be a shorter show today, so I don't know if you guys want to go right into the MHL or what, man.
Yeah, I just have one more question for Colin here, eh? Should I hit this button, or do you want to talk about how your brother's dealing with the suspension? Has he been moping around the house? Has he been crying because he got suspended or whatnot? Or has he been being proactive with the league or whatnot?
Well, he's definitely not upset about it. He's just going to serve his time, and then he's going to come back in season 14 and have a strong season, hopefully. But he's definitely not down about it. I believe he's helping out in the waiver games, so he's still part of the league in some sort of way, even when he's not playing.
Yeah, and I also know he's helping out with League Daddy there. That's invaluable service. You always have to have people that look out for there, so there's no fails, no fuck-ups, or no intentional fuck-ups. Is there anything we're missing there, Jim?
No, pretty much. I mean, like I said, not much going on. But tonight, we got a lot of games in the AHL. Unless you guys want to look at the matchups, maybe get some predictions for tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Let's definitely do that. I don't have League Daddy posted up right now, so does anybody got the games?
I got the games on here. I don't know if they're doing any makeup games, but because there was supposed to be last night, it was supposed to be Miss McGill's Tea Party against Dharma, but I guess that didn't happen, didn't go down, so I don't know if it's being rescheduled for tonight. But I'll just go over there's 4 series that are definitely tonight scheduled on the League Daddy, so we could take a look at those. One of them is the Walk of Shame, led there by Low in Theory, started things off, who's 1-2, taking on the Devils Rejects, led by King of the 412, who's also 1-2. Both of these guys did not win their first series. Somebody's going to win their first series tonight. Who's it going to be, man?
Honestly, I think it's going to be King of the 412. I think he's going to take 2 out of the 3. King of the 412, he's got some pretty good goaltending by N.K. Borlik. I can't pronounce his name. He's a pretty decent goalie. I have the chance of playing with him in a scouting game. But he's a decent goalie when it comes to 6v6. He can stop anything. He was top 1 goalie in the NHL 11 at the end. So
okay,
that could be a big difference there.
That's some interesting stats there. I'm also taking Walker Shane. I mean the King 412's team, the Devils Rejects on here. Now they both. This is interesting. They both played Saints team. That was their first team that they played, and they both played them. They both lost to Saints. They took 1 game each. But I'm leaning towards Devils Rejects here a bit as well. Last I heard, Low End Theory had some goalie issues on his end, and these guys played Saints team real close. I mean, all the games were 1-goal games. They ended up losing the series, but I think it could have went either way. And I think tonight they take down Low End Theory's team. I think Devil Rejects come out top. What do you think there, Blaze?
Nah, I'm going to have to disagree, man.
Oh, man.
I think Low End fixed his goaltending situation, picking up just too quick. I know he's a diesel goalie. He can prove it otherwise. You know, on top of having himself and Johnny Blaze and, you know, USSR Sniper, I think it's going to be too much for King to handle. And, you know, we'll see what happens tonight. But I honestly think it's going to be a sweep for Low End's team.
I think you're just trying to suck up to Low End Theory, man. I don't know what it is. But I don't know. I like Hockey Mike here on Devils Rejects, a great veteran. Also Mikey Fish, Rocco, and King himself, man. I think that's a very solid front right there. We'll see tonight, man. We'll see what happens. Another series going on tonight. We got We Killed Kenny, led there by B.D. Smith, first-time captain, who's 2-4 right now. It's going to be their 3rd series, taking on Sesame Street Nightmare, who also struggling here so far, led there by Little Spoiler, who are 1-5. What happens here, man? Who goes above 500 tonight, man? I mean, can Little Spoiler turn things around? Right now, he's 1-5. I really didn't think these guys were going to start the season like this. Who comes out on top tonight?
I'm gonna say B.D. Smith. I know Little Spoiler just made a trade. I don't know who exactly was involved. I know it was Dr. 1620. Blaze, do you have the other guy or?
No, I don't think anything official was posted or anything. So this is just speculation, what we heard from behind the scenes here. This is not official.
Okay.
But I'm going to pick B.D. Smith over Little Spoiler.
Okay, that's not a bad pick. And Little Spoiler's on a 4-game losing streak right now, man. So, I mean, they got to do something there. We Killed Kenny for B.D. Smith. Not bad. I mean, they played Funback's first series. They lost that one, and then they lost to D. Mitch their last series. So, 2 series down for both teams. We'll see who takes the first series here this week. I think, I don't know, man. I mean, if I had to pick a winner on here, I mean, Little Spoilers on that 4-game losing streak, man. I mean, until I see that team start winning some games, man, because We Killed Kenny has a pretty solid team here, man. I mean, you're talking about a guy like Shameless, who's proven himself, and so far already here, man, this guy's got 9 goals already on the season. 9 goals, 4 assists, 13 points in the losing games for We Killed Kenny already. So, you know, with Boston 999 on defense, I think B.D. Smith has a great chance here tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. I think B.D. is going to win this series. You know, like you said, with Boston and Shameless, he's held titles before in this league, and he can prove otherwise that he could score. And, you know, of course, IMG Nash and Crazy Bad. Like, I'm looking at Spoiler's team. Sure, they have some good names, but he hasn't been really, you know, putting them all in a good position there. Like, they've been underperforming under this captain here, and I don't know why. What's going on in this team? If it's a locker room issue, or if it's just bad luck. We never know. We're going to find out tonight, but I'm going to go with B as well.
Yeah. They just haven't put the numbers, man. I mean, they're not scoring much goals. I mean, they're getting like 1 or 2 goals each game, which is not going to cut it here in the AHL this season, just because of the competition, man. And we got swept by Funbags, and then their only win is in overtime against Cloudy Days. So I mean, that's something to look for there. We'll see. I mean, there's a chance of upset, absolutely, man. But I don't know. I don't think tonight. And moving on here. Speaking about Funbags, this should be an interesting matchup. We got Lambda, who are 5-1, taking on Colonelli, Damage Inc., who are 1-1. They still have to make up that third game against Cloudy Days. We haven't seen much of Damage Inc. besides that series against Cloudy Days, but we've seen Lambda, and they just picked up the newly acquired Jets Killer. What do you guys think on this series?
I think it's going to be a close series. I think Damage and Corp is going to win 2-1.
Okay. What about you, Blaze?
I heard there was some chirping in between teams there, and one Fallen Warrior went and talked to Captain Funbags there and told him that we were going to kick their butts in terms of Damage Inc. Now, in terms of the last series there against Cloudy Days, I heard there's rambling that they might actually redo the whole series, blanket clean, because of the Xbox Live updates. But that's yet to be determined. In terms of tonight, it's going to be a good game. I heard, there might be some call-ups for both teams there. I'm not going to say names here. There's going to be a good showing from Jason Blaze himself. I'm going to be there. I'm going to try my best to help this team win. There's Fallen Warrior, Agent Jack Bauer, and Raven, man. But, we also got to face a team like Captain Funbags, Tip City Dude, Jets Killer, B Kemba. It's a solid team, and I honestly don't even want to say who's going to win because it's going to be so close.
Okay. Hey, Blaze, I just hope you have a better performance tonight than last night, man. In that, and I mean, your forward line looks real good, man. I mean, you got Colonelli, who could play both, man, forward defense. But then you got Agent Jack Bauer, Fallen Warrior, and the new guy, Raven 8, man, who's already got 4 goals, 2 assists on the season, man. So, in just those 2 games played. I mean, I still got to go with my man, Captain Funbags. He's been rolling. He's been hot, man. And I got to stay on the who's hot right now, man.
All right. Let's move on to the next series, Jim.
All right, next one up, I think it's the last one. Like I said, unless there's a whole bunch of reschedules from the other games, which is Cloudy Days team, the Raging Fornicators, taking on Two Line Tweakers. Now, this is an interesting series here. Raging Fornicators 3-1-1. The Two Line Tweakers came out this season looking horrible, man. I mean, they lost 4 straight, and then they ended up winning the last 2 games. They won the series against BD Smith. So I don't know what type of Two Line Tweakers show up tonight, man. It's the same team that showed up the first game. They're going to get beat. But they show up, how they defeated BD Smith's team. They got a shot here, man. But I think Cloudy Days, Cloudy's having a hell of a season here so far in his first 2 series. He's got great numbers, man. As a captain as well, doing a great job there. I mean, he's got 11 goals, man. 11 goals, 4 assists, 15 points already. So Cloudy Days is hot. So are the Raging Fornicators. And I think they continue to roll here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Cloudy Days is going to win the series too. I actually think he's going to sweep.
Okay.
The only thing with Cloudy Days, I think his whole team is all newcomers except for like Norris Bruin, Special Goodness, and himself. I don't know if any other guys played in the league before.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I think he just drafted all new guys, which is a smart move because he doesn't have to worry about call-ups as much.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's got a 12-man roster, so it's just going to be interesting who he plays there tonight, man. And it's also kind of tough, man. When you run a 12-man roster, a lot of guys show up. So to keep that consistency, it's real tough because you're switching lineups each game, man. Sometimes it could bite you in the butt, Blaze. What do you think?
Yeah, of course. I'm just going to label this series the team of veterans versus the 12-man roster. Who's going to win? The veterans haven't really been putting out to where they're supposed to be. You know, you got Buddy H9, Chaos Samurai, Brent, Corpsicle, Holy Diver, Must Have Fallen, and of course D-Mitch on this team. They haven't been really playing up to par to where we think they should be. Cloudy Days, his team's been rolling. He's got 12 people. You know, it's just remarkable how the MEC let that happen, though. But I heard there's emo-ness in the behind the scenes there because now teams are looking for goalies there, and Cloudy took the majority of the leftovers, right? You know, I think Cloudy's gonna single-handedly win this series for his team. He's certainly good enough, and with the current output that D-Mitch's team's doing, I just don't see it happening for them, and I do think it's gonna be a sweep as well.
Okay. I mean, you mentioned a great point about Brent there. You know, a veteran on that squad there, and I think if there's going to be a difference maker in this series, it's going to be Brent, and he's got to play in net here, man. Because you take a look at these stats here. Buddy H9 tried to play in net, and he had a 58.3 save percentage. He got lit up, man. Then Holy Diver tried to play in net. I mean, he had a 70% save percentage, not bad, but he let in a lot of goals, 6 goals. Then you had Corpsicle, who let in 10 goals, a 47.4 save percentage. None of them got a win. And then the only guy that managed to get wins was Brent, who's got a 79.2 save percentage, and you know, he's got the 2 wins for the team. I think if they do win, they got to stick Brent in net. I think he's the answer here. And also the Liberated, who's averaging over 2 points a game. So that's got to be the difference maker here in this series. You know, he's got 4 separate guys that could play in that. I mean, it's a good thing. You got a lot of goalies on the squad, but I think Brent is the guy that's got to be in that for the two-line tweakers.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're going to go for a little break here. When we get back, we'll be switching over to the MHL. I believe there was 2 series last night, and there's a lot of other news that we can cover. And, yeah, do you guys have anything to say before we switch over?
Nah, it's good, man. Good to hear. Let's take that break.
All right, man. We'll be right back after this brief break.
Hopefully Blaze knows when to hit the buttons.
Man, I told you it was brief, man. We're back for a second half hour of the FlanFan show. I'm still here with your host, Jason Blaze, along with Jim Flanagan and Fallen Warrior. You guys still there?
Hell yeah.
All right, man, let's switching gears. We're talking about the MHL right now. You know, like we said, there was 2 series last night. There were some call-ups and, you know, some other news referring to the MHL. Where do you guys want to start? There's so much serious business.
I want to get some games, man. I mean, there was no games in the AHL. I want to get into some of these game results, man, before we run out of time.
Okay.
Which series, man? Pick a series. We got Charlie Browns against the Cats. We also got Syndrome of a Down against how the hell you pronounce that? I don't know, man. Blaze, you take a crack at it, that man.
These captains come up with the weirdest names, don't you think? And there's a post in there. Who's got the best name? And you know, this is definitely one of the shoo-ins that should be up there. If you can't pronounce it, then it's obviously got to be, you know, pretty cool. I think, you know. Let's go with the first series, with the Charlie Brown series there. Tell us what happened, Jim.
All right, Charlie Brown's Christmas taking on Serious Business Cats, led there by JJDM taking on Drift King 99. And a couple of games here were blowouts, man. And this series was actually streamed there. It was one of the live streams. I believe Kim I Am was streaming the game. So if you guys didn't check it out, you guys could check that out. And it's also uploaded on YouTube. We'll have some highlight reels on that on SportsCenter on the weekend. But Going to the series here, I mean, game one, the Cats just came out huge, man. 9-1 final. Wasn't even close here. I mean, you take a look at not just the score. I mean, time of attack 10:33 to 3:41. Shots on goal 15-9. Matty K just got lit up here, man. He didn't stand a chance in net there. 9-1 final. I think he was just hoping for the game to end. Game two, though, man. After that 9-1 blowout, somehow the Charlie Brown Christmas come out and win it 4-3, and I think a lot of it had to do with power plays, man. The Cats got into a lot of penalty trouble, where the Christmas was able to capitalize 3-for-3 on the power play, and actually the game winner was off a power play by Drift King as they went 4-3. But then game three, going back to another blowout, it's a 6-0 shutout there, and this time was Charlie Brown in a lot of penalty trouble here. 12 minutes, I believe, in penalties. But the Cats win it here, man. Take 2 out of 3, and the 2 that they won, they just walked all over them, man. What do you think, Blaze?
Yeah, man, it's always important to get the big games out of the way there. Although it could spell, terrible news for the team, man. Walking all over the team and then all of a sudden giving up the last game. That could always really screw with your head there. And, like you said, the penalty trouble is what killed the teams here. And, if these guys want to win, they got to stay out of the box. And that proved to this series there. And, it's two solid teams there. They could definitely, it could have went either way. Either one could have walked over the other. But in the end, it was the Cats. Fallen Warrior?
Again, the serious business Cats. I'm looking at their lineups they had for yesterday's game right now. This is game one where they won 9-1, I believe. Just between their forward lines, they had 18 points from all three forwards. So this team's just stacked up with like Bender, Johnny Five, Cam I Am, JJDM, Valcour in defense, and Tired Tons of Clay in net.
Yeah, I mean, that forward line, 18 goals last night for the Cats in that 3-game series. And then, you got Tired Tons of Clay in that as well, who got a shutout in that third game. So, this team, we knew it from the draft, man, how great this team was going to be, and they proved it last night. The only game they lost was game 2, and like I said, I think it was because of the penalties, and mainly Johnny Five, who was in the box. He actually got 6 penalty minutes, and all the 3 times that Johnny Five was in the penalty box, the other team scored off the power play. But other than that, man, these guys fed out of the box. They got that 3-forward line, Bender 79, Johnny Five, and Cam I Am. If those guys are on the ice all the time, it's really hard to stop that offense.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, you noticed that Tired Tons and Clay, he got a shot out there. But also that game, they didn't get a lot of shots. But it's always nice to know that your goaltender, even if he doesn't get a lot of shots, he's still perfect on. I believe they got 8 shots that game. He got shut up, but it's still kudos to Tired Tons of Clay, who's definitely proven himself so far.
Yeah, definitely, man. You got a shutout anytime. It's great to have, man. Just to get that stat in that category there as a shutout. And that game 3, the Cats just dominated. Time attack 10:29 to 3 minutes and 13. Just for the Charlie Brown team. And sometimes when you're playing in that, the other team only's got 3 minutes time of attack. Sometimes, I don't know, man. I usually give up some of these cheesy goals during that time. But not Tired Tons of Clay, man. He kept the shutout there, 6-0. And great job by JJDM and the Cats so far.
Okay, let's move on to the next series. Jim?
All right, next series, Jay Zamorsky taking on Legion's team here. Now, I was kind of shocked here with this series, man. I thought Jay-Z is just going to come in here and walk right over him, man. But not the case here, man. Game 1, Energy did win 5-2 final there. And I believe that's the game that Jason Blaze played in net, But then once Jason Blaze left, this team turned around, man, here. Syndrome of a Down. Game 2 going to overtime. They did lose, man. It was 4-3, but they did manage with a point there. And then Game 3, another overtime game here, and this time it's Legion with the game winner to give Syndrome of a Down their first win here this season. They lose the series here, man, but do come out with 3 points against a very solid team here in Jason Morski. And I might have second thoughts about this Legion team here.
Yeah, hold on. Let me stream this call. Go ahead, Fallen.
Hey. Did he just take us off? I don't know if Fallen's here, but but hey, Blaze.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. I don't know if I didn't hear Fallen. I don't know if he's on the other end.
Fallen, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I don't know if it was just you guys, but I had someone like screaming something in my ears. I don't know if that was a caller, if that was just...
Oh, sorry, man. That's my bad, dude. When I went to screen, you came with me. That's my bad, guys. Scotty Wild Things, buddy's back. I don't know if you want to hear him for his little yelling fest for once this episode, like he did last episode. Just for entertainment value, let's put him on. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Oh, hold on.
He's up.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Who is this caller?
It's Jason Blaze's friend. I was just wondering, how do you guys think the season will... Who do you think is going to make it to the playoffs? That's what I've been wondering.
That's a good question. I'm really actually surprised. Jim? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to kick this guy anyways. Jim, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Who do you think this early in is going to make the playoffs?
In what, AHL or the MHL?
MHL.
MHL? I mean, from looking last night, I mean, JJ's team just looked, tremendous, man. I know they're 3-2, and one of those games was because of that disconnect night, so I can't really factor that in. I mean, from how they looked last night against Drift King's team, this team's definitely a shoe-in, I think, here, going to the playoffs. And same thing with Duke's team. Duke's team, 3-1-1, you know what I mean? Looking solid. And you can't forget about Bills, man. Beauty and the Bill, who are 4-0 right now, still haven't lost. So, I mean, those three teams, I think, definitely get into the playoffs here this season so far.
Fallen?
Honestly, for me, I'd say it's too early to tell right now. Just started the season.
Yeah,
you never know. Some teams can go on a slump and not make the playoffs.
Yeah, and we see it all over the place. Slumps is what could determine the playoffs. If you look in the real NHL, man, Toronto went on a slump. It kind of screwed them out of the playoffs. Same with Atlanta last season. They went on a huge slump. They were playoff bound. Slumps didn't make the playoffs. So anything could happen, especially in the Moose Hockey League, where serious business is at. I want to remind callers, if you want to call in, the number is 646-381-4907. You can always follow us at Twitter at Moose on Ice, or you can go to the chat box, and Jim is standing by reading your comments. If you got any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Jim, is there any activity in the chat box?
I think just some guys talking about not much about like the show, just some weird tattoo beard stuff. So
nothing along.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so do you guys want to do any predictions for tonight? Is there any series tonight, Jim?
Yeah. Actually, there is, man. In the MHL, we actually got, I believe, 4 series. Plus, if there's any other makeups as well, man. There's going to be a lot of live stream going on in a couple of these games as well, man. One of them, we got Smoking That Herb, led by M. Farrer, off to a 2-1-1 start, taking on Relax and Take Notes, led by Taz, who's 1-0. I think they were trying to reschedule this series. I don't know if it is going to be rescheduled. Looks like it's not. So, Blaze, I don't know. What do you guys think about this matchup here?
Actually, let's ask Fallen a question, a side question to this. You got a little insight in behind the scenes of this series there. Is there going to be a reschedule? And if not, who's going to be filling in for that player missing?
From what I heard, I'm not going to release any names, but I heard it is going to be rescheduled. So.
Boo.
Yeah. Who do you think's going to win this series?
The Fair, I think, honestly, Fair would. Fair's got a pretty good team to win the Beast has and relax and take notes.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really familiar with these two teams. It could go either way. If there's a reschedule, then there's not really going to be a winner tonight. But, if there is a game, then kudos to the captain for manning up and, let's just try to get these games here, folks. There's so many rescheduled, and, we don't even know what's happening to all these games.
Well, I think a majority it was because of the that server issue, man. I think that really messed everything up, man. And then, guys had to reschedule where they originally were going to reschedule. Now they got to reschedule for that. So, I don't know, man. I mean, reschedules do suck, man. But at least they're not sim losses, man. We don't like to see sim losses, and we haven't seen any of that yet here, which is a good sign.
All right, let's move on to the next series.
All right, next series, what we got here? Oh, we got the Cats back in action, man. Serious Business Cats taking on one of your favorites here, Blaze. So be IR Fears.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting series. I heard for the first game that Sobe IR Fears' team's going to be down a defenseman or whatever, and they are going to be calling up Vein Harvest from Damage Inc. And, whether that impacts just the first game, if it continues on the other games, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in this series, but I think the series is going to go to the Cats. They've proven time and time again that they can walk over teams, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen tonight.
I agree.
Yeah, Blaze, I got to agree with you on that one, too. The Cats will just win. I think Cats will sweep tonight. To tell you the truth, IR Fears, his team's not looking that strong this season. I think he was in the AHL last season, if I'm correct. He played for a Snipers team. But IR Fears, he does have NJ Ski, doesn't he?
Yes.
So let's see if NJ Ski can show up tonight and carry the team to a victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think NJ Ski needs to come out big here if they're going to try to win the series here. But if it's the same type of cast that show up like the ones last night that I saw on the live stream, I don't think this one's even close, man. And I believe this series here actually might be streamed by both Sobe IR Fears and Chem I Am. So you're going to get a stream, two different channels, two different angles, and we might even get a French commentating on one of these games, man. So look for that, man.
You're one of the Sobe guys.
All right, guys, we got a caller in here. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Who is this caller? Yeah, that's probably Scotty Wild Things buddies again, man. These guys have nothing better to do. They're probably fans of the FlanFan show. We actually got another area code caller. Hello, caller. Who is this caller? Hello? Caller, you're on the air.
Maybe he's just listening.
Maybe. I'm just going to mute his mic then. Is there any other series happening there tonight there, Jim?
Let me take a look. Yeah, actually we do, man. We got two other series. We got Legion's team again back in action here. They looked not too bad last night, man. I mean, they surprised me. Can they surprise again? This time they're up against the 4-0 Beauty and the Bill. I don't know, man. What do you think, Blaze?
Yeah, I think Legion's team definitely surprised some heads. When I played for them last night, not gonna say it's their fault. We lost that first game. Not gonna say it's my fault. I think it was more of a combination kind of thing. They definitely have strong defense. Their offense is kind of lacking a bit. It's a bit hit or miss there. But they do have solid goaltending in terms of tackle dummy. And not to mention, they also got solid rights players in the AHL. So if one of those players were to get a flat tire or, maybe get hit by a transport truck, I don't know, and can't make it, then these guys can definitely fill in. I think I'm going to go with Legion again like I did last night, and I think they're going to take it 2 out of 3.
Okay.
All right, this is nothing related to the series right now, but Blaze, I did get a shout-out saying just for you to shut the fuck up. That's Love Goofy.
Oh, man.
Okay, but back to the series. We're talking about the Legion series. If Bills is playing net, I think Bills' team will win. Bills he's an outstanding goalie. I think he can carry his team to get that 3 victories or maybe even 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Beauty and the Bill have not even lost a game yet. Forget about losing a series here. They're taking out against Legion's team here, who's playing back-to-back nights now. I think it might be close, but I think Beauty and the Bills definitely come out of this series. I think Legion does play them close though, man. But I think Beauty and the Bills still, as a 4-0 team here, they're red hot, and I gotta go with a team that's hot.
All right, I believe there's one more series tonight.
Yeah. Last series on the board. Let me see. Do we have? Oh yeah, we got JJ's team. They're playing again, man, back to back tonight. Another series that might be captured as well. Taking on a team that hasn't even played yet. This is their first time here. I don't even think they got a team name. Led there by Hi, my name is Ed. We're gonna see them for the first time here tonight. And their first opener is against Jason Morski, who's already played 2 series. What do you think about this one, man?
Well,
honestly, I think Jason Morski's team's going to win this. Shown by Jason Morski's captaining skills last season, he was able to bring his team to the Cup and actually win it. So with the team he drafted this year, like with WG Field, Global, Octizzi, Superstar 500, Frosty Nightmare, Pittsburgh King, and like Kemba, all those guys, like some of them extra rounders, but let's see if he can actually bring his team to the Cup Finals again and win it back to back.
I agree.
Did you say JJDM's team or did you say?
Jason Morski.
Okay, yeah, I definitely think Jason Morski's team's gonna win this. Hi, my name is Ed's team. Does he even have a name? What goes to say for the captain? Can he get his team to even show up? I'm wondering here. If he can't even come up with a name, then what goes to say he can even show up for the team? Jay-Z's team's coming off from a series win here. It was a tough series with Legion's team, but I think it's going to be a little easier for them tonight, and they're going to sweep.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know much about this Hi, my name is Ed team. It's like going to a wrestling match, fighting the masked executioner or something, man. But I do know what Jay-Z brings to the table, man, so far. And last night they won the series against Legion. They lost that 3rd game, in overtime, and I think that makes them more hungry here tonight. After that loss, they want to bounce back here, and I think they do, man. I think they do. I just don't know much about this other team here yet, so I got to take Jay-Z, man.
Yeah. You mentioned there's going to be several live streams. Shout out to those captains that have the foresight to get capture devices. I know there's a few out there, and want to show the Moose family how well they play, what the real MHL looks like, and not what, these ass clowns, especially the ones that just got recently booted, what they think about the MHL. Kudos to that. Kudos to Giant 918, Goofy J, and yourself, Jim, for hosting those waiver games, getting the future of the MHL in there, showcase their talent. Kudos to, just Koozie in general, man. He's done a great job for the site. Don't forget to click the advertisements, let it load, and then, just click X on. Do whatever. Jim, am I forgetting anybody?
No, I mean, the waiver games tonight again. We've been doing great jobs so far. We're bringing it every day, Sunday through Thursday. I got some great guys helping me out with that, and it should be fun, man. Tonight, I'm bringing the capture device, so we already got, I believe, like 5 games already recorded of the waiver games. We'll get some more tonight, and on the weekend, I got a lot of games already captured in the MHL. There should be some more tonight. On the weekend, we'll be hosting up Sports Center again, and I'll be doing a lot of great highlight reels there, man. A lot of highlight reels from these captured games. I'll add in some voiceover commentary, and we'll also have the top 10 plays of the week. You guys got any highlights? Send those in, man. We already got a couple here this week. Looking for some more to get a better top 10 here for week number 1.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Fallen, do you got any shout-outs?
Nothing.
Wow, man, this guy's got no heart. He doesn't even have a shout-out for his team or anything, man.
I think I've already opened my mouth too much already about our team today. Just gonna keep my mouth shut until the series is over, see what happens.
Yeah. We're probably gonna cut our show a few minutes early there, but we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll probably have some series to actually tell you about. Not like no games like last night in the MHL and only 2 in the MHL. I'm your host Jason Blaze, alongside with Jim Flanagan and Fallen Warrior. This has been the FlanFan Show, and we're signing out.